bookaholics, this is Isabel and welcome to another vlog. So I am on my second vlog of getting out of my comfort zone. This is me trying different kind of books that I'm not really comfortable trying. So last video I read Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, for the first time ever, and that was more of a high fantasy, and it was something new, but it was something I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to read the second one. But I wanted to try a new genre this video, and I decided to go with a thriller, and I decided to go with When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. So I haven't read a thriller in a very long time. They're not ones I generally go to. I don't know why that is. I do like thrillers and I do like watching movie thrillers and stuff like that, but I haven't really gotten into the thriller genre in books. So I am really excited to dive into it and see how I like it. I'm really excited to try this one, and I've been hearing a lot of great stuff about it. This one is actually written by a Black author. When No One Is Watching follows a girl named Sydney who has lived in Brooklyn all her life, and now the familiar people who she's always seen in this neighborhood are starting to disappear. In order to kind of keep the neighborhood alive, she starts doing a tour of her neighborhood and giving the correct history of this neighborhood. And now there's new people who are moving in, people who she's not used to seeing, white people, and just people who don't feel comfortable around Black people, and it's really making this neighborhood really hard to live in. She's really trying to keep this neighborhood alive because this is where she always lived. This is where her mom lived, and she's doing more and more research, and she's got help from this guy named Theo, her neighbor, and they come across some kind of sinister plot. I'm not too sure what they come across, but they kind of figure out that the disappearances maybe aren't as cut and narrow as it seems. So I'm really excited to get into this one and really see what all the hype is about. If you want to come along on my journey of reading a thriller for the first time in a long time, join me in my vlog. Chapter 5 in When No One Is Watching, and I'm enjoying it. It took me a little bit to get into it. It's not quite getting into the thrilling kind of suspenseful thing yet. It's kind of just given the background and kind of going into how Theo and Sydney meet. In this, Sydney is the one who has lived in Brooklyn for all her life. She has moved away a few times, but now she's back living in Brooklyn in her mom's old house. As she is trying to figure something out for her mom lives in a home, it seems like, and they're dealing with lawyers, and she's sick. With all this happening, she really wants to keep this neighborhood alive, not only for herself but kind of for her mom as well. And then we have Theo. So Theo is actually just moved here with his girlfriend Kim, and they're kind of having a bit of a problem. Kim is definitely one of those stuck up kind of people who don't want to be in the same neighborhood as Black people. She doesn't want to present herself as racist, but she is. So we're kind of just diving into who Sydney and Theo are and where they fit in this neighborhood. I'm now about 80 pages in, so that's about as far as I got. So I will update you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hello. So I am now 138 pages in, so I am on chapter 9, and we are actually getting close to halfway done. And honestly, I get that this is a thriller, it's in the genre of thrillers. There's been a few suspenseful moments, but it's not always thrilling, if you know what I mean. And I don't think thriller is necessarily supposed to be thrilling the whole time. It's just we're halfway through and I'm waiting for things to kind of come together, and maybe it'll come together close to the end. I don't know. But honestly, I don't see too much difference between this being a thriller and one of my regular fiction novels. Maybe in a little bit, but honestly, this is more feeling just like a normal fictional book. I know it's probably gonna get to more thrilling moments, but at the moment it's just kind of feeling more like a fictional novel. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot. Like, this is all about kind of like the gentrification. I actually looked up the definition. I did look up the definition because I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what it meant when I was reading this. So gentrification, the process of renovating and improving a house or district so that it conforms to middle class taste. That's like the most significant word in that definition is taste. Unfortunately, middle class is majority white. I'm in this because I am white and I do acknowledge that I have white privilege. Taste is such a kind of nasty but also very generic word, because taste could honestly be anything, but middle class taste would definitely be kind of like the traditional man and wife 2.5 kids, like the white picket fence is the taste. That's like the American dream, is middle class taste. And honestly, that's kind of disgusting because gentrification is pretty much the same as kind of colonization. It's the same as assimilating a certain culture into the middle class taste. Like, it's the same thing. Gentrification, it has the idea of remodeling, renovating it, but it's not renovating to improve, it's renovating to normalize, to make it into what they want, and they is specifically white. And it's very unfortunate that this is still a thing. It's very unfortunate that there is still this idea that the white is the normal, that white is the thing to work for, and that really needs to change. But there's unfortunately a lot of people who don't want that to change, and so like that's what this is kind of getting at. It's the history. This follows Sydney, who is creating this tour, and this tour is to present the history of this neighborhood and how this neighborhood was first colonized, and then that it was a place where Black community was put after slavery was illegalized, it was abolished, and so the Black community was put in this area. And then the whites wanted more, so they built in this area close to it, which would take out the people who couldn't afford it, mainly blacks, because they weren't middle class. They weren't in the middle class taste. This book, although it doesn't quite feel like a thriller at the moment, I am still really enjoying it because there's just an importance to it. Because it's a thriller, there is a bit of a suspense and a terrifying kind of feel to it, because these white people are kind of privileged. They are entitled and they are very, very ignorant, and they just see this place as their home to take over and not really caring about the people who lived here for 30 odd years. Like, they don't give a shit about that because this is now their home. They don't want blacks living here. They don't want poor people living here. They don't want all this stuff that isn't to the middle class taste. But yeah, I am enjoying it. That is my update for this. Getting into the thrilling part of this. I am now on chapter 18, so page 269. So I'm getting through this pretty darn fast, pretty darn well, and we're finally, like, we've been getting closer and closer to the thrilling parts. We've been slowly learning more things about Sydney, about Theo. We're learning all of that, and we're learning kind of their background, how they got to where they are, what's going on, what they haven't been revealing to us, and now we're slowly getting to know different things about them and their past. And now we're kind of getting into the shady business that's going on with the gentrification of this neighborhood. I'm wondering how this book is going to end. Like, I really have no idea how it's going to resolve itself, or if it will, or if it's going to end on like a sad note, or how it's going to end, but I'm excited to find out. Because I have less than 100 pages to go, I was thinking I would do like a sprint in here. So it's actually 10:01 right now, so like it's time where I should probably be going to bed, but no. I'm going to read. I'm going to read for a few minutes. I think I'm going to make it a sprint of 10 minutes. I'm going to put a thing on here. For one, I don't want to be recording too much, and 10 minutes is solid time to like just sit down and read as much as possible. So we're going to do that. You're going to come along as I do my sprint. Hoping you guys enjoy, and let's get into the sprint. God, what the fuck happened? Okay, that whole 10 minutes was a whole 18th chapter, and like shit just got real. What the fuck just happened? I'm trying to make this vlog as non-spoilery as possible, so like I don't want to say anything about what I just read, but oh my fucking god, I need to know what happens next. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to continue reading. I'm not going to record because already this is like over 10 minutes of this and we don't need this going longer, but I'm going to see if I can finish tonight. Like, it's only like 10:15, so like you think I can do it. I used to read into the night so many times, but I'm getting older and older every day, and that's just not possible sometimes. So we're gonna try getting through this as much as possible. Hopefully I'll finish it tonight because I gotta learn how this freaking ends. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I finished it. I finally finished this book. It is now 12 o'clock, so it took me close to 2 hours to finish the rest of this book. It got really suspenseful closer to the end, and then it took a bit of a turn to the disbelief. I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow because it is 12 o'clock. I really should be going to bed, but I did finish it, and I will discuss how I feel about this whole book tomorrow. So I'll talk to you then. Bye. Heyo! I've never said that before. Hey everyone, so I have finished When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, and I just want to give my final thoughts and review on this. So my overall review for this book, I ended up giving 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I liked the characters. The characters are fun to follow. Sydney was definitely one of the more stronger characters. She had her moments of doubt, and I really like that humanity part of it and just the anger that comes with that, because there's so many parts in here that made me angry, and I feel like the anger in here was represented very well. I also really like Theo. He just seemed kind of like didn't know what the hell he was doing, and I really enjoyed that. The reason why I gave it 4 out of 5 rather than 5 out of 5 is because of the ending. The ending was very unbelievable. I really had to suspend my disbelief on here because I feel like it was very unplausible, and that's my overall thoughts. It was a good story. I feel like the ending was very, very rushed. For the first 3/4 of the book, it didn't feel like a thriller. Like, it just felt like a novel with some kind of secrets going on. When it got to the thriller part, it really was just like rush, 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 rush. And I'm going to go into more spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, you can leave now and go read a book and come back later and you can see what my thoughts are in the overall plot. But let's get right into the spoilers. Now let's get into the very, very ending of here. So we get into this bunker. I don't know what it was. It was like the tunnels underneath the hospital. They go into here and they find out what's really going on behind this Varen tech company. And they see all these different people who are test subjects who have been disappearing, and so they're wanting to get these people out, but they're also really wanting to get revenge on this company and the people behind it. They are going after them. Like, they start shooting up people. Like, it gets crazy, and I did enjoy that. Like, there were some points where I really had to suspend my belief in here and just like let it happen, but I still really enjoyed it because it was like the good guys getting revenge kind of thing. And I feel like I was in there because there's some things that happened to Sydney that really just, I wanted her to get her revenge. Like I wanted these people to hurt. So I felt very vindicated in that. But it was after all that happened, like the aftermath, and when they were trying to escape and let these people out, they get caught and then they get like strapped down and then they get rescued by the town people. And I'm like I get that this idea of family and neighbors, like they're coming together and protecting each other. I get that that's what the author was getting at. I don't know. I just really felt like it was very, very rushed. And then when the townspeople saved them and got them out of this situation, I wasn't very satisfied by this ending. I think like if the townspeople kind of came in and rescued them without them getting caught, I think I would have maybe enjoyed it a little bit better. But just that interlude between them getting caught and then them getting saved by the townspeople, I really had to suspend my belief on that. Like, I just feel like if they're gonna get caught, then they should just get caught. I just feel like because everything was happening boom, 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 and then the townspeople just randomly came in, like, why weren't they talking to Sydney if they were planning this? Like, that was one of the things, is that if they're protecting Sydney, why weren't they telling her that they had this whole plan? Like, I know they tried to, like, get her to come inside. Why wouldn't they just be like, okay, we got a plan. Just get in here. We know what's going on. Just get in here. I still enjoyed it to a point. I enjoyed it to like where it was talking about the gentrification and like all the corruption within like a company like that, and how they use this idea of gentrification to get what they want and don't really care about who it affects. I really enjoyed that. It was just like the ending where everything was just chaotic and weird and just like everyone was just dying. There was a few people who I really wanted to die. I wanted Kim to die, and I'm so glad she did, and I wanted her father to die, so I got those. Other than that, I felt kind of let down. I just felt kind of pretty unsatisfied by the ending, even though technically everyone got out alive. Well, not everyone, but like Sydney and Theo, they got out alive. Probably pretty darn traumatized now, but they got alive nonetheless. It was good. I enjoyed it, and I think I would definitely try more thrillers. It was a nice thriller. It just, I wasn't like amazed by it. It was just fun. I don't know what else I'm gonna say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you enjoyed this book or how you enjoy thrillers. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I post another video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!